Good morning, hello and welcome. You're watching Times Now with me, Akanksha Kajuria, and we have a breaking update coming in. Let's just cut across to that. We are learning about another escalation in West Asia. Tensions between Iran and Israel have escalated once again. Iran launched multiple rounds of missile towards Israel late Sunday night, following warnings from Iran that Israel must stop the ongoing military operation in southern Lebanon or face further attacks. The missile launches triggered air raid sirens across several parts of Israel, sending residents to protect its shelters. At this point in time, we are learning a reaction has come in from Israeli military officials who have said that their air defense systems intercepted the incoming missiles and reported no immediate major damage there. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that is IRGC, has also said that it has targeted the airbase there using missile, and they have described the attack as a response to killing and displacement of civilians in southern Lebanon. Those are the visuals on your screen that has been released by IRGC as far as the attack is concerned. IRGC has also warned that any future military action would lead to a broader and a stronger response by them. Senior Iranian official has said that the strike was intended as a warning and urged Israel to halt the operation in Lebanon. At the same time, the statement suggested that further escalation could follow if tensions continue to rise between the two countries. In fact, we are learning that a statement has also come from US President Donald Trump, who has reportedly urged restraint during a phone call with the Israeli Prime Minister and told the media that he calls the shot when it comes to this war as well. In fact, let me go across to John Rossomando, a USA-based journalist and geopolitical expert. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. Mr. John, how do you look at the situation unfolding in West Asia? Once again, we are witnessing escalation. Your take on this?
Well, I see that Iran is looking at President Trump and looking at it as a complete joke. I mean, the thing that the media is not saying is that Israel has sustained nonstop bombardment from Hezbollah in Lebanon. So, Israel is the only country in the world that is forbidden from striking back. And President Trump is looking weak to the entire world and looking weak to Iran. He wants a deal, but, what kind of deal? A surrender deal?
All right, so it remains to be seen how this really pans out as far as Iran and Israel is concerned. Another escalation that we are witnessing, and a reaction has also come in from Donald Trump. He has said that when it comes to war in West Asia, he calls the shot. So how, as a journalist based in the United States, would you assess the statement by Donald Trump? Remember, it's not just been 12 hours. He said that he would bomb the hell out of Iran if the deal between the two countries that is not stuck. How do you read into the language really at a time when there is once again escalation in the region?
I just see President Trump is just showing a lot of rhetoric. I mean, he's long on, he's become kind of like the boy who cried wolf. He said, I'm going to attack, and then this, deadline is passed. The deadline passes. He doesn't attack. Then if you don't do this, I'll attack. But Iran is just showing that it has no fear of President Trump or no deterrence. American deterrence is gone in the region, and President Trump's actions are just showing weakness and telling Israel not to strike. For what deal? I mean, I don't see any commitment to peace on the part of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I mean, it's treating Lebanon like a colonial proxy state when the Lebanese are not part of this at all.
Absolutely. And the escalation comes after Israel attacked the southern suburbs of Beirut, killing at least 2 people and wounding 20 others. And in retaliation, in fact, now Iran has hit out at Israel. Stay on with us, sir. I'll come back to you once again. In the latest, we are learning that a reaction has also come in from Israel Defense Forces IDF spokesperson, who has said that Iran has made a very grave mistake. In a briefing, in fact, he said that Israeli military will not allow continued fire from Iran towards Israeli citizens. He said that Israel is prepared for any possibility of the additional fire. Air defense systems are deployed across the country, and IDF's Chief of General Staff is holding a situational assessment meeting as well following this attack on the country. And in fact, a warning that is coming from Israel this time around, they are saying that Iran has made a grave mistake. Let me once again go back to Mr. John on this. Mr. John, your assessment of how this will pan out in the coming days, because in the last few weeks, in fact, we have been witnessing back-channel talks happening between, in fact, the countries there. There was escalation of sorts last week, but now we are witnessing full-blown attack that Iran has launched on Israel, and Israel now also saying that Iran has made a very grave mistake and there will definitely be a retaliation. Your take on this?
Well, I think Israel has every right to defend its people, every right to work to end any effort or ability of Iran to threaten its citizens. I think that President Trump is trying to play domestic election politics here and appeasing to the peaceniks in his own coalition. So I think that Israel is on its own. Israel knows it's on its own, and Israel will do what Israel thinks is best for its own interests.
So another escalation that we're witnessing in West Asia. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. Tensions between Iran and Israel that have escalated once again. Let's once again take you through the visuals that are coming in as far as that attack by Iran on Israeli territory is concerned. Have a look at the visuals on your screen that have been released by Iran as far as the attack is concerned. Iran has launched multiple rounds of missiles towards Israel late Sunday night, following warnings from Iran that Israel must stop the ongoing military operations in southern Lebanon, or else they will be facing more attacks. The missile launches, they triggered raid sirens across several parts of Israel, sending residents to the protected shelters. Israeli military has said that their air defense systems have successfully intercepted the incoming missiles. On that, we have another breaking update coming in because amid the escalating West Asia tensions, Trump and Netanyahu hold talk after the fresh missile attack that was done by Iran. Attack on Israel, Donald Trump has said, and he has spoken over the phone with the Israeli Prime Minister, urging him not to retaliate, and this has been a call that has been given by Donald Trump. Remember, this comes just hours after he said that he would bomb the hell out of Iran if the deal is not made. But after this attack that is coming from Iran on Israel, now Trump urging Israeli Prime Minister not to retaliate. He told him, and I quote, "Do not retaliate against Iran," is what we are learning so far. Mr. John, how do you read into this statement just few hours after Donald Trump said that he would bomb the hell out of Iran if the deal is not made? He spoke to the Israeli Prime Minister after the attack on the Israeli territory. He asked them not to retaliate at all as far as this attack is concerned, because this will lead to a major escalation in that particular area.
Well, the escalation has already taken place. I mean, we've seen Iranian drones strike the airport in Kuwait City. We've seen Iranian missiles hit at Tel Aviv. I don't know what world the president lives in. I mean, his own friendly supporters are now seeing him acting like a Democrat. I mean, that's the feeling that we have here.
All right, so that's the latest we're learning as far as West Asia is concerned. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us amid the escalating West Asia tensions. The two leaders, Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister, they held a talk after this missile that was launched in Israel. And after that, Donald Trump has urged the Israeli Prime Minister to not to retaliate, and this comes after Israeli Defense Forces. They have mentioned that Iran has made a grave mistake and there will be retaliation. So next few hours are going to be very important. An attack that has been made by Iran at this point in time on one of the regions there, and that has led to escalation once again. Iran has launched multiple rounds of missiles towards Israel late Sunday night, and this is in retaliation with the attack on the suburbs of Beirut by Israel, killing at least 2 people and wounding 20 others in the last few hours. In that retaliation, now Iran has hit out at Israel, and there will be retaliation. It remains to be seen what really happens in the coming hours. But at this point in time, we're learning that Trump has dialed Israeli Prime Minister, urging him not to, in fact, retaliate on Iran at this point in time. On that, we have another breaking update coming in. Iran has turned up the heat on the United States and Israel days after Israel pounded Beirut and killing 9 people there. Iran blasts US-Israel, and this comes at a time when Iranian lawmaker has also issued a tough message. Iran has said that US-Israel only, in fact, they understand the force resistance will speak the same language. That has been a threat that has been given, that the violation of the ceasefire by US in the Persian Gulf and the crimes of the regime against Palestine and Lebanon show that you only understand the language of power and force. Therefore, the resistance front will also speak in the same language as well. So that is the language that is coming in from Iran as far as the attack is concerned. They are justifying this, saying that this comes in the backdrop of the attack that we're learning by Israel on the southern suburb of Beirut, killing many people there and wounding 20 others. Let me once again go back to Mr. John on this. Mr. John, your reading of the statement that has come in from Iran. They have said that they will be using the language of escalation when it comes to US and Israel. And this comes after there was a big attack by Israel on southern suburb of Beirut, killing many people there and wounding 20 others.
Well, there we go again. Iran is standing up for its mercenaries in Lebanon and its mercenaries in the Palestinian territories. If it wasn't for Iran manipulating Hezbollah to fire rockets and missiles at Israel, none of this would be taking place. We'd have peace. I mean, the president of Lebanon, Joseph Aoun, said a few days ago that Iran is responsible for all the bloodshed in Lebanon, and the Iranians took umbrage to it. It's hit close to home. So I think that it's time to stop, like, oh, Israel is a bad country because it defends its citizens against Iranian aggression. I mean, the thing about Iran that people have to realize is that it uses Arab kids to die so that Iranian kids don't have to.
Absolutely. It remains to be seen how the escalation pans out in the coming, in fact, hours, because Donald Trump has urged Israel not to retaliate at all. But in a statement, Israel has mentioned that there will be retaliation and that Iran has made a very grave mistake. Thanks so much, Mr. John, for speaking to Times Now and putting that all into perspective. Thanks so much. With that, we have another breaking update coming in. Let's show you a dramatic video that has been released by the Iranian military that shows the missile attack and what it says is a moment of their launch as well. Have a look at the visuals on your screen. Iranian media has released a video showing missile being launched towards Israel, while video captured incoming missile making impact in northern Israel. That is the area that has been hit. Iran said that it is a response to Israel attacking Beirut in violation of the US brokered ceasefire in Lebanon. So after that, this is a video that has been put out by Iran, and they have released this video showing missiles being launched towards Israel and captured the missile making impact in the northern Israel area. On the other hand, we have a statement coming in from IDF. They have mentioned that all these missiles were intercepted and they failed to land there and cause any sort of damage. And with this, a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.